pressure. That warp prism SCAnemone right on top of it. Looks like leg charge is also upgrading, and right there, and let's see if he can, yeah, again, get a drop in. And keep in mind, even with just, it looks like a couple Zealots, a Stalker, and a Sentry, I expect the SCVs to put up a pretty good fight alongside these Marines. Unfortunately, it looks like they're just kind of walking off, and Sixto didn't realize that this attack was happening inside of his base, now pushing these units out. And kind of response, and he's actually going to bring the entirety of his army back, which hurts a lot. No, now he's dedicating the rest of his attack force and just pulling all of his SCVs off corner. Let's see if he just decides to float down to his natural expansion. No, now he's going all in. He's like, okay, screw this. I am just going to go all in with this attack and completely annihilate, well, try to annihilate this natural expansion. That is a large army. SCAnemone knows that if he repels this attack, he will essentially win. There's a stim pack. Keep in mind, stim pack costs real health here because there is no medevac. Good EMP to kill a lot of these units. And wow, it's a huge base trade situation. Probes coming off the line to try to attack. SCVs descending from nowhere. A beautiful nuke, more or less, of that EMP onside the Marines and the Marauders, descending on the natural secondary, and the probes coming off the line as well. SCVs with a beautiful blockade. The warp prism loading up the units, trying to descend back down to the 6 o'clock position. More units just unloading. Looks like that command center has been taken out and actually being floated off by Sixto. Natural expansion completely exposed. Looks like there's nothing, well, never mind, just a little bit left mining for SCAnemone, but a complete shift of situations here. And both command centers now moving in to take up residence at the 6 o'clock base. Nice little warp prism micro here by SCAnemone to try to stick in this. And oh, needs to be careful with the stalkers. One stalker gets taken out. Second stalker stays alive, but now looks like the natural expansion just going to be ignored for the moment. Pylons starting to get worked down. This is where the pylons at the 3 o'clock position might hurt a little bit. Sentry with a force field, which is okay. It is going to pin 2 of those Marauders, and really heads up micro by SCAnemone there. And he is going to be able to clean up what is left. Wow. Never mind, just 2 Marauders left, 1 Marine versus 2 Stalkers, a Probe, and a Sentry. Definitely an excellent fight situation for SCAnemone, but he is down to a single Probe, and you've got 2 orbital command centers that are probably going to flow out with this gold expansion. Actually, there's going to be, missed a little bit of a fight right there. Keep in mind, there's also this Probe at position right there. Observer's still going to wander in to check it out, but 2 orbital command centers full of mules. Taran is excellent at this sort of in these sort of situations at basically getting back in the match. Unfortunately, it looks like a Sentry and a Stalker are pinned right on top of that orbital command center. So even though it was a fight to the death, SCAnemone looks like, I assume he repelled and is probably going to be able to hold still some energy in there. It looks like the command center should be taken out. And yes, SCAnemone starting to rebuild in his base. There, the Mule's actually being dropped at the other gold expansion, but SCAnemone just loading up and transferring. He's going to be able to trap very nice micro once again, able to trap a Mule. And wow, this is crazy. Sixto essentially trying to bait with one base while building at another to get his minerals count back up, to basically try to create more troops in his barracks just off the Mules, which it looks like he's doing so now, getting a couple Marauders out, and try to outmaneuver these warp prisms. He was able to get some troops in, lost some other troops with the Mules. I still don't think he has any SCVs, but keep in mind, with just Mules, he can win this, and it looks like very, very nice on SCAnemone's part now. He's going to start unloading sentries at each location. He's hurting for resources as well, but he does have 5 probes in action where you only have basically nothing. But 2 Marauders, 3 Marines now out in the field for Sixto, so he's going to start pushing forward. A Stalker just trying to whittle away at this base, a Sentry whittling away at the 6 o'clock base, and both troops need to be careful, and they need to be near the protective hold of that warp prism, and they'll probably start doing hopscotch now against those Marines back and forth. But what this will do is this will allow Sixto to drop some Mules, and it looks like he might, okay, he loses that Mule. Beautiful micro once again from SCAnemone, and this is an excellently played game, I've got to say, by both players. Orbital commands can now freely mine, though, and it looks like some troops descending to the 6 o'clock. Only a single Zealot to try to defend alongside that Sentry and that Stalker. They are going to be up on the high ground. They don't have any spotting right there. 1 Zealot being warped in. that is resources that essentially that did not want to be spent. Warp Prism not able to catch the Sentry. Sentry with just a sliver of health left. The nice micro, otherwise Sixto still trying to defend. There goes the Sentry, there goes the Stalker, and there goes the Zealot. Now SCAnemone has no troops trying to warp more in, but they're getting killed as soon as they're warping in, and he really needs to spend that on probes, unfortunately. And actually, this would be a good time to pull the probes off the line, but wow, with 3 health, the Zealot is able to kill both Marauders, run forward, and try to, again, do some more damage to these Mules, but these Mules have been mining in the meantime, and that is going to give another set of Marauders and Marines to help deal against this attack. And again, the Zealot can only be so many places at once. Looks like more probes have been produced by SCAnemone, though, so he, and I guess I should switch the Harvester count, it's still technically 9-1, although that's not counting Mules. Now the Zealots once again being offloaded to both locations. They do have the charge upgrade, and still pressing, pressing out with another attack grouping with a very low econ. Mule switching right back with the to provide some defense for an Zealot catching up, and this Warp Prism has been huge from SCAnemone, really keeping in this game. It looks like the Marauders and the Marines just going to hang out here now. In the meantime, that Orbital Command Center burning, it's going to come back to the other gold expansion. This is basically a complete game reset at this stage, although it's kind of an odd location. More Marines being produced than Marauders at this stage, and that is wise with that Warp Prism at the top position. And I almost wonder if it's worth trying to repair this Orbital Command Center, because that is a lot of resources to invest. So I assume what we're going to see here from Sixto is he's just going to dump out the one Mule and let it burn, because he cannot afford to rebuild it. And oh, the Warp Prism just suiciding in. Let's see if the Marines are able to focus it down. Are able to focus it down. Just Stalkers left inside. They're dropping right on top of the Marines. Everything taken out. Terrible maneuver for SCAnemone. And now, even though he has a significant Harvester account, I don't think he has enough troops on the ground to provide a solid defense. He's only got 2 Zealots. Wow, 2 Zealots, no resources, trying to pump probes. And now, actually, the Orbital Commands that are being repaired slowly. It's actually, okay, the Mules are providing enough resources to get it up, but you can see for a minute there, you just couldn't repair it because he wasn't getting in minerals fast enough to repair this Orbital Command Center. But now more Marines being produced, and slowly Sixto just clawing his way back into this match. Unbelievable. Nothing but Zealots. 4 Zealots on the front door. SCAnemone actually hasn't been harvesting any gas at this stage. He's just pulled everything off to try to produce as many Harvesters as possible. He does have double the Harvester count, and but somehow just from Mules alone, basically having 2 Orbital Command Centers and pumping nothing but Mules out of them, Sixto has managed to take a significant economic lead and just pure output, especially on this gold expansion. Keep in mind, it is the gold expansion here that is keeping Sixto into this. Now that he has a significant army, he's going to march right to this natural expansion. Nothing but Zealots with charge to try to defend against this, so it's going to be really, really tentative using the charge stim pack combination here. It's basically charge versus stim pack. Stim pack, of course, lowering the infantry's health, but it gives them a little bit of attack boost. Also gives them the speed boost for maneuvering, but those Zealots can charge with that upgrade, and just getting close position. A lot of Zealots coming in now, charging forward. This is going to be it. This is really the moment. Are the Zealots going to have enough charge that can continue against this beautiful maneuver position there by Sixto going around that pillar to force the Zealots kind of bunch up? He's trying to stim pack again. They're low in health. More reinforcements coming in, trying to stim pack the rest of his army away. And the thing is SCAnemone should really back off this attack, but he is pursuing this way too far. He's just bleeding Zealots right now. Not a lot of them have health. More reinforcements pressing in. Looks like they're going to be able to take out the Stalkers, and with, wow, just a cavalcade of Marauders and Marines pushing forward. SCAnemone too far in enemy territory, loses his army, and 2 Marines, 2 Marauders remain, and it looks like additional barracks being produced with a very hefty economy, and probably going to be filled with mostly Marines. SCAnemone, though, with a nice, a fairly solid follow-up. It looks like he's got mostly Zealots. If he can just charge in here, this is all he has to do, charge in here, take out the SCVs, but very difficult, and he might be able to catch Sixto here with his pants down, because Sixto, as you can see, is he was kind of building up and taking up, and he's only got 2 Marauders, 2 Marines here on the front door. Zealots running in, taking out, pinning down the Marauders. I don't see any Marines produced otherwise, and yeah, Sixto getting just a little bit too greedy. So it's SCVs on Zealots, and that is not a good fight. The SCV's not in the best bunching position. The Marines still going to try to wail away at the rest of these forces, but I do believe that SCAnemone has managed to hold on. It looks like he is going to, in fact, take this match just by Zealots, but no, Marines from nowhere just pushing up, and I guess that was the follow-up, but still more Zealots pushing in, trying to charge down those Marines. Stimpak happening everywhere, and this is ridiculous. Yeah, Sixto losing all his Marines, though, and that is going to be it. His economy completely crushed. Sixto saying he should have bunkered up, but that was an excellently played game by both players, I have to say. SCAnemone is going to hold it, though, for the GG. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Very intense match. Thank you, SC. So reddit.com/r/r/SC2replays.com, or replays, just replays, for that replay. Fantastic. Go there, upvote your favorite replay. I will, of course, do it. And hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for listening. Keep an eye on Machinima over the next few days. I'm going to try to produce something for them, which should be more of a spectator guide. Yeah, thank you guys. Donations on the YouTube. I'll stop begging now. Fantastic match.